I thought that a decommissioning, similar to that done in the United States Navy, where they take an old ship and decommission it, would be apt. Why a decommissioning? After all these years, it seems fitting to have some sort of observance to mark the end of Rounds Hardware. Businesses often just close up and are gone with little or nothing left behind. Noting that we live in a very secular society where few of life's milestones are noted, I thought I'd like to do something. Something that would not offend anybody. Might be a naval vessel decommissioning. So I chose that. Nothing religious or strident, but just a few things to mark the end of a once thriving and vital business that has been so much a part of the landscape in Melrose and Stoneham since 1960. Since Rounds Hardware has been the vessel of our lives over the decades, Bill and Bruce have been at it for 46 years. Dad Round had been at it since 1960. We have sailed the waters of local retail hardware commerce as a family since that time. Dad had been in the Navy, so there's a bit of a connection there. While Dad rarely talked about his naval career as a seaman or of whatever class, we do know that he considered his service hardly worth mentioning in comparison with friends, relatives, and members of the Wakefield community who served during wartime and had seen dangerous action. We do know that Dad was a bit young for World War II. He joined the Navy 2 days before the Japanese surrender. We often wonder if there was a connection between these two events. After his service, Dad took up civilian sailing. He had a wooden 48-foot Herreshoff yawl built as a racing machine in 1912, as he described it. He had a picture of that boat on the wall of his office until it faded completely to white over the decades. Dad was always ready to tell stories about his time on the SS Triton. He sold the boat in 1958, just before Bruce was born. The boat itself sat rotting in a boatyard for several years until it burned to the keel. The only thing that remains is the chrome ship bell right here. From what I've read online, the decommissioning of a United States naval vessel involves removing all the armaments, weapons systems, and classified communication systems. We think that we have done this over the past few weeks here at Rounds Hardware. I think that Richard has not found any classified communication systems or anything else. Bruce has sold everything else online. Dignitaries give speeches at these decommissionings. They give speeches about the vessel, its history, campaigns it had participated in, and those who have served aboard. Flags and pendants are removed. The last watch on duty is dismissed and excused. The vessel is then handed over to the mothball crew or the ship's salvagers for scrap. We have removed all the weapon systems at Rounds, including the 12-gauge shotgun Dad kept in the office behind the file cabinet in the old store. We have just sold about all the merchandise. There's a little bit more, but not much. Our phone system has just about died, so I guess you could say our communication systems are gone. Our sign, a stand-in for a pennant, has blown out in the front. Our signs have been falling off the building as an analog for flags and pendants. The store is, for the most part, empty. We are ready to cease operations and hand the building over to the new owners. We are ready to dismiss the last shift of staff members who will ever work at Rounds Hardware. Bruce, ring the ship's bell to begin our decommissioning of Rounds Hardware.
Quick, I need someone to hold the bell.
Wait, no, hold the applause. The applause is for me. Okay.
Ready?
No salutes.
Oh. How's that?
That's good. First, Hold on. You'll need to do that again. I'd like to thank the staff for all the hard work you've put into liquidating the business. From what friends in the industry have reported, we have done very, very well. Second, the staff is now released to punch out and end your last shift at rounds. Again, thanks so very much for all that you've done over the years. Best of luck in your future employment. I hope that you will find that what you have learned here useful, and wherever you go and in whatever you do. Third, Karen said no speeches by dignitaries, and that meant me. So I will dispense with lofty comments and witty asides. I will say that we have some music between 5 and 6. Mr. Alex Rubin and his fiddle will entertain us for a while, and we'll play a rendition of the Ashokan Farewell by Larry Unger, made famous by Ken Burns' Civil War documentary. It's a tune that I chose to see the store out of existence. It's an evocative, melancholy tune that recalls earlier and better times. We have certainly had many of those, and I hope that you may think favorably about a little store in what was, at one time, a little town, and is now no more. Thank you very much for coming. And Bruce, ring the bell. Rounds Hardware is now decommissioned. And behold, we have the Bassett Hound, the very last Bassett Hound at Rounds Hardware.
By the way, is this a rental hound?
Are we renting this animal?
Are we renting this animal? Are we renting him?
Aha.
Oh, man. Karen, quick, we need to be on that.
For this part of the program, I will attempt to get the Bassett Hound to howl with the hunting horn won by junior handler Bill Round when he was 11 years old at the Pilgrim Bassett Hound Club. The hound was Deacon, Mr. Round's first Bassett.
Oh, Bill, you can do it. You can do it. The Beastmaster. Bill, you're proving you're full of hot air.
Hey, Bill, pretend someone's trying to return something opened up.
That's number one, to get the Bassett Hound to howl. The old hunting horn, which has made other round hounds howl, has failed. This is a silent, non-barking, non-howling Bassett.
Blame the dog.
But we will first start with a fiddle tone to see if we can prompt the Bassett Hound to howl. This will be the first howl from a Bassett Hound in this building in 12 years. We are ready for the howling attempt. Bring forth Mary the Bassett Hound.
Are we in a howling attempt? Is that what I'm doing?
I just want the fiddle tone. Let's see if she...
No.
No, different note.
What if we play a song with all the notes? It's like
Looking really high.
Interested but not interested.
How about we play one? Maybe that will do it.
I think the hound has failed to howl. This does not reflect on the musicians at all. It is the Barilli Funeral Home protocol that we're fighting against here. My apologies. The musicians would like to wrap it up and try a rendition of the Ashokan Farewell. This is the goodbye to Rounds Hardware. More boat bell, Bruce. More boat bell. More boat